noticed that a lot of the time when there's a new VTuber on the scene, they have really small Twitter accounts. They go for these engagement posts where they're like, I'm getting bullied, and they're trying to get sympathy point. I see this a lot. Yes, content creators have a lot of influence on their audience. That's why we get sponsors, okay? But at the same time, there's a degree of audience responsibility there. They're not completely stupid. They're not completely influenceable. So, I'm doing a little update on the Smol Lola / Shylily situation, because last time I covered it, there wasn't that many information that came out, and the story sort of drastically changed since then, or at least public opinion has largely shifted. So I think everybody should know what this drama is about. It has blown up so much. It's, hold on, I'm gonna turn off the notification on my phone. I don't want to be disturbed. I need to be focused. This situation has blown up so much out of proportion that even Shylily's management team is receiving emails from mods or getting messages demanding her to answer, to make a statement. And Smol Lola is I feel like people, it has blown up out of proportion. I mean, we don't even have that same energy for people who commit real serious crime, which is insane to me. That being said, Smol Lola has made some mistakes, and we're gonna talk about it today and more, a lot more. As usual, I like talking about larger topic, macro topics, so I'd like to go on a few tangents in this stream. Last stream, I briefly talked over it. I said this drama was cringe. I haven't changed my stance on that. I still think this drama is super cringe. I think it's super cringe, and a lot of people are bandwagoning on it and, you know, doing call-out posts, dogpiling, etc. to gain a little bit of clout, farm about it, because, I mean, if I really have a problem with somebody, I don't do a tweet about it. Largely, I try to mind my own business. I mean, unless I'm reporting on something, obviously. But I just don't see the point. Smol Lola, there's been some few more allegations coming after her. I don't exactly remember what I said last stream. I really don't. I've just been so busy with work. Like, I just finished working right before, and I did my slides really fast, so I hope they're in order at least. But I think last time I said that yeah, it's similar. Clearly she's been inspired by Shylily. Maybe she's a super fan, but now it seems like people are coming out saying that she does this all the time. This is her third time doing this. The other thing that people are saying is that she's changing her voice to sound like Shylily, so it's more than just design similarities. I feel like Kenji, remember the Kenji drama? He said something similar about Kage. Was it Kage? Yeah, it was Kage. Kage was, you know, copying his editing style and things like that, and his manner of speech, and he also had a problem with it. I think the reason why I find this drama cringe is because there's a lot of V-tweeters that are furiously tweeting about it. And I dug a little bit, and I found exactly the reason why this drama just hits them all in the, like, wrong nerves, you know? It hits them all in their pressure points. Shylily responds to hate, funny as fuck. Like, even if she has a boyfriend, who wouldn't want their Oshi happy? In fact, I want Oshis of mine get happiness. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with a boyfriend or not. It's about the Smol Lola allegations. Yeah, Static's been making great videos on this. I know his video was a follow-up to another one. Static Tokyo was one of the first people who joined my Discord, by the way. He's really pumping out videos. Like, I feel like his video quality has been going up. I'm really proud of him. So, let's start with the first allegation. this person, Cheribiri, they've done several tweets about her. As they say, I wasn't really going to say anything about this whole Smol Lola drama. Yeah, designs are similar. Yeah, small things add up. You can't reinvent the wheel. But then I saw these clips. Lola literally changed her accent to sound like Lily. Your call, I guess, but I think that's unhinged.
Guys are stuck. I can't get you guys to move. What the fuck? I don't wanna leave. But I do. Well, good night. You should definitely go to sleep. Because if it's late for you, sleep is important. Bro, why is this fucking fish stuck in there? Oh my god. It's just there in the corner.
It's super low. She's like whispering. Is it ASMR?
I heard you like VTubers, and if you haven't noticed yet, I happen to be one. Now, I have the solution to all of the problems in your life right here in my bio. Click the link and like, retweet, and watch as you suddenly become happy again as you help reveal my new model. Yippee! Debuted live on Twitch July 15th, 6 p.m. CEST. Be there or I will revoke your happiness privileges.
Barbecue bacon burger.
Hello.
All over an accent. Didn't she get in drama way before the design? How did the accent was the reason she blew up? So Shylily also had some accent allegations where people used to claim that she tried to copy the way Vebe spoke.
Some of them are correct. It's a fucking clan.
First off, from 4 months ago, that person did not sound like me.
She promised.
Now that they do, it's weird. So we don't talk about it. But I'm not at a point where I wanna time the name out. But I don't.
Drama frogs.
No, I don't like that. No freak loud. Doppelganger sound? Bro.
I can't even sass.
You know what? I'm at a point where it's like, you wanna settle for less? Go ahead. Or you got the OG.
So basically Vebe said that, you know, 5 or 6 months ago she didn't even sound like her too. This was also a problem back then. Same thing happened with... Sorry, it's gonna start again. Sorry. Megalodon. When she debuted, people were also comparing her to Shylily. So there's been numerous things like that in the community. But Smol Lola herself had several backlash where people said that she looked too much like Shylily. Her first model here, also people said that she looked like Shylily. Then she did a redesign, and her redesign somehow ended up looking even more like the new model. If they're all from similar Germanic language speaking groups, it is really surprising they have similar... Oh, is it really surprising they have similar accents? I'm not sure. I mean, she kind of said that she visited Germany a couple times, but you don't really pick up an accent just from visiting, right? Yeah, the first model doesn't really... I don't really see the difference, the similarities. In this world, you will encounter someone who greatly resembles you or an idea and that is near clone of yours. My question is, does she act like Shylily? She definitely draws a lot of inspiration from her, whether it be from, you know, being a super fan or whatever, or being the only content that she consumes. So that can happen if you only watch one VTuber, you know, and you really like them. You want to be like them. You think that's the only kind of content you can do, that could happen. There is more information on the language patterns though. So she replied to that person. from the clip I just showed you. Damn, Rima needs glasses. Bro, somebody said in my comments on the other stream, because I said that the hair is the biggest difference for me, the hair in the face, and people were like, "Oh, what the fuck, are you blind? The hair on the face is literally copied." I'm like, bro, it's clearly a different hairstyle. One of them has a bang in the middle. It's a different hairstyle altogether. That's like when guys... Sorry, I'm about to flame guys right here. When guys call something that is blue, they call it green. And when they think two colors are like the same, but they're not. They're different. I hate that. I've sent you a DM just setting things straight. I'm assuming you missed the part of stream where I explained where my accent came from. In the meantime, I would really appreciate if you took this down. I'm getting more than enough aid and I really just wanted to stop. Thank you. I didn't miss the part where your entire accent suddenly changed while you speak. You can't keep denying this shit, Lola. And please post the hate and threats you've been getting that isn't from sock popping an account because I have seen zero. If you wanted to stop, maybe start... Oh, I cut that off. My accent does not change, but it does heighten and lower, which is pretty normal, especially when I'm nervous / upset. I can't deny the things that aren't true like this. Again, I would love to talk in DMs instead of publicly, which only enhances the amount of publicity this is getting. She said she picked up her accent from family and traveling. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's very convincing. I think the problem with all this is that she's doubling down on it. And she did say that she was inspired by Shylily. But she never... It took a long time before she admitted that it was one of her main points of references. And plagiarism entails that... Sorry, let me pull up the definition of plagiarism. Plagiarism is the representation of the work of another as your own without proper credit and or citation. In the arts fields, the definition may be expanded to include knowingly using another person's unique images, object design, research, inventions, argument, etc. as your own, whether in part or in full, when it is not permitted to do so. This includes tracing another's work, using another works as a base for your own and not properly citing that you've done so, or creating a work that heavily references another's without enough clear visual distinction. Now, I don't know if this is the legal definition of plagiarism, but I feel like citing your sources is a good way to remain transparent about things. She didn't finally admit to using Lily as an inspiration, except the tale until yesterday. Oh, it took her all of that? Okay. She did delete a thread, though. At one point, she did respond to the accusation, and she wrote a long thread, and I remember that in that thread, she said that she took inspiration from it. I'm not sure accent counts in plagiarism. Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think we're talking more about the design there. This person tweeted again. Alright, so this person is saying a closing statement. A year ago or so, Lola has already had this exact same drama of being accused of having a Shylily ripoff model. You can see in these replies where I posted the comparison. Back then, she allegedly gained around 2k followers on Twitter from saying she didn't know who Shylily was, and denying any inspiration, getting sympathy because of the alleged hate. Back then, she made a post shown below, saying she doesn't want to be known for the Shylily drama anymore. She has since gone through multiple catchphrases very similar to Lily's initial Woopa Woopa, and then Woopa Loopa, now having settled on Swam Swam. It seems her 2.0 design has also gone through phases where she didn't look that close to Shylily, having different hair and eye shapes, but Lola had it changed to look way closer to Lily in the end. You can definitely see similarities such as the ear, the necklace. Lily also wears a similar outfit, so yeah, there are absolutely matching details. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Lola has also confirmed on stream that she is in fact from the UK. The accent she is putting on is exaggerated at best and faked at worst. Comparing her newly adopted way of speaking to Shylily, it's uncanny how similar they are. Lola has denied inspiration from Shylily's design at every corner, claimed to have received threats which have not been shown as far as I'm aware, and has adamantly spoken up against the haters, calling her a Shylily clone. Gaining sympathy and following from people thinking she is a victim of just similar but not the same, as it happens a lot in the space. Personally, I am done with the benefit of the doubt after comparing the voice clips and knowing that Lola's from the UK, she was faking a Japanese accent. That's not a Japanese... Oh, if she was faking a Japanese accent, she would be on fire right now and driven off with the pitchfork. Well, not really. Most people fake accents and voices in the VTubing community. But apparently faking a German accent flies. If you think that all this is fine, then you are not a streamer and not an artist. In fact, chances are you fell for her publicity stunt, as many of us did, and she got exactly what she wanted, exactly what she had gotten years ago: followers, views, and engagement, because all publicity is good publicity. All publicity is good publicity if you don't care about what people think of you. So I don't totally agree with that statement. I do think, yes, all bad press is good press. But if you're gonna be the kind of content creator that rage baits or drama baits, like for example Brittany Venti, I think she's the biggest example of that. You need to like not give a fuck about what people think of you. And I have a feeling that Smol Lola does care about what people think of her. So yeah. That being said, it does seem like it's not her first rodeo, and she's done this a couple times, because the other times it seems like she did garner more followers. She did see her numbers go up. And I've noticed that a lot of the time when there's a new VTuber on the scene, they have really small Twitter accounts. They go for these engagement posts where they're like, I'm getting bullied, and they're trying to get sympathy point. I see this a lot. I saw it a lot more before when I was a smaller VTuber. So it's a trend. For sure, people do this a lot. Being a VTuber means creating a brand. It means putting yourself into a design that is uniquely you, working with an artist to create something special, and finding who you are as a content creator. Stealing your entire look, personality, and voice from a bigger creator is not creating your own brand, it's plagiarism. And if Lily was a corporate VTuber, you can bet that Lola would be in legal trouble by now. Not sure about that. There's a Nijisanji VTuber that looks exactly like Iris. It's a like Japanese one. That is the last thing I'm saying on this matter. The thing is, copyright and plagiarism is extremely hard to debate in court and win. It's a very complex topic. Do what Rima does, make good content, let's roll on. Yes, and that's gonna be my biggest point. I'm gonna flame some people later. This is the last thing I'm saying on this matter. All the info is in the post. You're entitled to disagree with my view on the situation. Please do not send hate to any of the parties involved. I implore everyone to go and form their own opinion based on what has been stated and what was posted by Lola herself. I want to thank the people who reached out to me. Dude, people are hungry. I cannot wait to get my 2.0 done, so I'll finally maybe known for something other than the Shylily drama, and this was in May 23. More than a year ago. The tweet is forgetting that the derivative marketing is a legit strategy for B, C grade cheap products. It's suspect, yes, but it works. Oh, do you think it works? Maybe I am wrong with my analysis that it's gonna hurt your model. She had like 2K followers back in... What did she say? I mean, she did get a lot of new followers on her Twitter, which doesn't necessarily translate to content. So as you can see, she received, 300, 257, and then 2,282 followers on Sunday. On Monday, 879, and now that the opinion has shifted and more stuff has come out, today she actually lost a lot of followers. Yeah, I think what Patrick says there is a good point. You know, like those grocery style, sorry, I can't speak right now. Those grocery product, the no-name brands that copy the other more expensive product, but it's like their house brands. They're usually cheaper, so I mean, I guess it works if you can't afford the main thing. But does it work for content? Like, the main content's free, right? This whole drama's dumb. There's a million fox and cat girls, boy VTubers now. These artists are just being snobs, emo. Could be, yeah. Artists cannibalize each other all the time. Yeah. Twitter followers are probably the least valuable out of all platforms. It's very hard to... Maybe it's changed now, though, with Twitter Space and Twitter Livestream. The Twitter Livestreams farm. I wonder if the Twitter Livestreams, like, numbers, are they legit or are they inflated? Because these numbers get wild. So these were the similarities. I mean, okay. The outfit is like literally the same, but in another color. The, you know, the crisscross, the necklace with the golden medallion, even if it's another shape, it's kind of the same. The skirt's the same. And there's a tie strap. They're both barefoot. They both have cat ears, even though it doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, people compare the logos. I don't give a shit about that. Oh, I see. What they say is that there's a fishtail here, and there's a fishtail here and here. So I guess there's two fishtails in both. I mean, TBH, I need to see the communication with the artist at that point. Because is it the artist that just, she gave him a reference and they didn't personalize the reference? They didn't like, they just like copied it. Not copied it, but they just like did whatever they were told. They didn't bring it elsewhere. As an artist, you need to bring your client elsewhere. You need to understand what they want, but you need to push them. Like, I always push my clients to be a little bit outside of the box, a little bit out of the comfort zone. So it gets there, you know, where it needs to be. The first design was adopted. Gura also has a fishtail in her logo. It's Drover. I think artists are seen too much like gods in VTubing. It's like, yeah, they're cool, but too many are scared to call them out. Oh, you cannot call out artists. You cannot call out artists if you're a VTuber. You'll get destroyed. Even when sometimes it's warranted, they're not a monolith. There's some amazing artists out there. There's Maxine. That's... Hi, Maxine. Are you in the chat right now? There's Aquarake that's in the chat. My new model mama's amazing. Your artist, Mujin, that I spoke to is amazing too. You know, they did so much good art for you. That being said, not all artists are amazing. And even Coefficient called out artists today. And we're gonna go over this too. There's this whole narrative that like artists made VTubers. We made you. I'm like, whoa, chill. It's kind of, I don't know about you, but it's the men too. I feel like we both need each other. It's not just one-sided. It's both-sided. A little bit of a god complex there on some POV. The thing is, content creator is equivalent to the rush gold that there was in the 40s. How do you call that? You know when everybody went to California because they wanted to find gold? That's how it is with content creators. Only one on, like, I don't know how many are gonna make it. But if you were in that little shitty western town and you sold the pickaxes at that time, you would guarantee to be made a fortune. So artists are in a really good position to capitalize on the demand. But now there's so many artists that they do cannibalize on each other and they kind of shit on each other sometimes too. So where is the line between plagiarism, following a trend, and emulating to honor? Do we call out Shylily cosplayers and fan artists for copying her image as well? No, that would be different. But she would call them out if they were selling those fan arts. It depends what kind of person you are. Okay, I know actually how to answer this. You know when people actually start getting bothered when they're getting copied? When the copy is starting to become as successful as the original. That's when it becomes a problem, because either from that it doesn't matter, you know? Oh, just let them be, they're relevant. Oh, now she's getting followers. Oh shit. Hold up. Hold up a second. Now I gotta pay attention. I think this person is obviously copying, but yeah, some of the artists takes in response were shit. That guy who used renowned artists to defend his silhouette test bullcrap needed an ego check. Well, that guy always posts about drama, so don't really care. All artists are a bit of a narcissist in some way, Mo. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit of a narcissist. But, you know, maybe don't post about it on Twitter. Your Twitter feed is your brand. It's your brand. And that's a good point. The credit is also a good point for the cosplayers and fan artists, and also it's like a tribute or an homage. It's like doing a cover of a song. The Smol, I think, is more like the homework the homework quote, I suppose. She could have said, I'm a huge VTube Shylily fan. Yeah, what Accusations says. She could have said, I'm a huge Shylily fan. I hope I can be like you, Shylily, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like it would have been taken a little bit better. But because she denied it, then it sounds a little worse. Like she's trying to hide something. It is relevant. I did speak about it before my stream crashed. I'd say not all artists have egos. I mean, there's some artists that... Like my artist, my VTuber mama, I feel like she had zero ego. Really, she told me, let's make your design exactly like you want. Every time I had a change, there was no complaints. She always did it. She brought my... It's like she took my ideas out of my head and elevated the design. It was so good. It was so good. Exactly, cosplayers aren't saying, no guys, I made this character up for real. Yeah, true. She gave you changes to do? That's good. I think a redesign will be good for her. It will be good for her. Good to bury this once and for all. Anyway, I think most of the consensus is, yeah, there's a lot of plagiarized elements to this. That being said, the community response is overblown compared to the level of the perceived crime. Apparently, she did some rage-baiting stint last year and grew from it. They went on private and claimed she was graduating. Once things cooled off, she never graduated, so people think it's going to be the same thing again. I haven't been able to verify this. And if somebody could, that'd be great. I wonder if she did claim she would be graduating. Maybe she's, you know, taking a break. That amount of hate and controversy is gonna affect somebody. There's no way you don't get affected by that. Unless, like, you're a sociopath or a psychopath, which I don't think she is. Disproportionate. Yes, that's a good word. Thank you. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah, the response to this is disproportionate. And, you know, people are asking her to... oh, sorry. I'm gonna explain this screenshot first. This is her recent broadcast, and she did get a lot of views on her more recent broadcast. Not CCV views, but that could still mean that, you know, people, when there's drama, they want to watch what's going on. That doesn't mean that it's gonna carry over long term. Okay, we spoke about this. This was the, you know, sorry, my stream crashed, so I'm going over this again, but Shylily was accused of copying Zveibe's voice at one point because she didn't used to sound like that, allegedly. I remember I checked her old VODs, and I don't remember what was my conclusion. And Megalodon was also a VTuber. She's also a C VTuber, and she also has the ears. She also was said to copy Shylily. There's also this year another similar case of plagiarism, and that one's a little bit tricky, okay? Because on the left side is a photography of this woman, and on the right side is a painting, and that painting won a prize at a contest. And the photographer was like, hold up, this is a copy of my art. But the drama, not the drama there, but the discussion there was, well, he used a medium that is superior to photography. You merely photographed this woman, you used a machine, this other guy used this craft, he used this skill that he honed for multiple years, and people were kind of like flaming her. This has been an ongoing lawsuit for a really long time, and finally this year it the lawsuit concluded, and the photographer actually won. She actually won. It was a big victory for her. She's been getting harassed for this for years. Like, people were sending her messages telling her, you don't deserve this, you're just a low-skilled photographer, blah blah blah. Well, the court deemed that it was a copy, even though it was the same medium. Now, the photographer won the lawsuit, the artist won the contest when this was submitted. Photography is a skill as well. You also need to hone it. I agree. You stole Lily's image! Shout 147 pink-haired cat girls in unison. There's a lot of similarities in VTubers, I agree. I think it's more of the added elements, and people are like hyper focusing on that. So that's one thing I've spoken about before. When something comes out on somebody that people deem disagreeable, then people start digging, and then all of the stuff they've ever done before suddenly comes out as more disagreeable things to do. And now everybody that's, you know, ever been in contact with her is also coming out to kind of, you know, dogpile and throw her under their bus. I don't like this side of the internet. I don't like the dogpiling, even though people believe that is justified. I think there's just better way to talk about things than the intense scrutiny that happens. So one of the other people that came out to speak against Smol Lola was Kamito Nanami, which is her very first model designer. Just to end all of this, I want to say my thing. I'm 10,000%. She is lying to all of us. I remember her asking if I can rate the model she draw. Just a quick sketch. And if there is anything looking like Lily, that if I can tell her. Seriously, in our chat, she deleted messages. I was asking her what exactly she wanted, and we came up with something like this picture down here. But lately, she said she found another artist and that she is sorry, but she will keep working with them. I was fine with that, even though I spent time working on it. This is the images. Pointing more downwards, make it look 3D, missing D's, heart shape, more frilly, make ties look thick, a little bit lighter, missing marking fishnet, but it's probably just no. I don't get if this is the artist markings or hers. Hey, I saw your tweet. I want to ask, should I keep working on your design or not? I mean, I'm pretty set on what I've got, so there's probably no point. Okay. But thank you so much for working on it with me at a time. You really helped me figure out what I wanted. I'm glad I helped. So, the exchange seems pretty good so far. Yeah, her 1.0 mama got involved. Oh, it's... I think hers, the artist notes. You guys are saying different stuff. Shylily is an orca and a cat hybrid. Yes, I said that. Did I say that? even made that model and I was like, okay, sweetie, do what you want. I don't care anymore. I was with her so long, but she is definitely trying to be Lily. And since it was working, she knew she can. But now, since so many people are not going for it, she is graduating. I will say the VTuber audience is very weird when it comes to design. They treat them as if they are owned by whoever is more popular, like how every red-haired dragon lady is somehow related to Zen. They are weird, and there is often a lot of like backlash and nitpicking in terms of design. Maybe this one is a little more justified than others. But again, I think harassment is never okay. And is she getting harassment? Yeah, of course she is. Of course she is. At this point, when there's so many eyes on her and there's so much scrutiny and there's so many people speaking out, this is a huge topic. So, of course, by this point, she must have received some harassment. I can't believe that she doesn't. I've been part of viral tweets. I've been part of controversial stuff. You get harassed. You get some form of harassment for sure. For sure. It's alright, I get it. It's just like speaking Hannah said, just a PNG similar to D's. This was a reply from the thread. The artist was replying to everybody. It's probably the most engagement they ever got on a post, to be fair. And she was saying that she wanted to do... I mean, Shylily is definitely one of her inspiration. If she uses it there, using the hand asset and doing that little animation thing, I don't give a fuck. Everybody does it. Everybody's done it. Okay, I'm done with Lola. She texted me yesterday after a little talk. I wish her luck with her new model, and then I blocked her since she is not using my model. I don't want to be called Lola Artist anymore. Well, now you're being called Lola Artist because you came out as it. I don't think anybody knew before that. What the fuck? Please, if you can just stop giving her attention, it means it's easy to block her and live like nothing is happening. It's the easiest way to be happy. That is true. I can agree with that statement. I'm so sad for her artist because I know how it feels to be called bad for coping. Oh, I think she means copying here. Still, they didn't do anything bad, they just did what they were commissioned to do. The art is so cute and pretty, sadly the design ruins it all by this Lily stuff. So I saw the one you did, and also I found it really cute, TBH, and it definitely looked different and its own character. I just have a question though. When she asked you to render it to her some of the requests, did you find any of it sus or no? I'm legit just curious as all. Bro, this is such a pointed question. Well, she is deleting our conversation on Discord. Weird, but okay. But I remember her saying, if you find anything looking like Lily, tell me so I don't have this drama. Well, and then she did all of this, so I'm not sure about her words anymore. She's definitely lying to us, but TBH. I mean, I've commissioned emotes, I've commissioned shibis, and my artist is always like, you know, just to be clear, we're not doing exactly this because I need to make this my own, and I need to, you know, copying is a big thing in the artist. I don't want, you know, I don't want this on my hands. That's always, all of the artists that I've worked with say the same thing. Not that I ever asked them to copy somebody, just so we're clear, but it's like a non. My mom keeps calling me. Mom, I'm talking about drama right now, about anime girls. Please, I'm busy. It's just always something that's implied. Is something that you just expect. You just expect it. I remember someone months ago calling out Lola and you defended her with your entire life even though she was a blatant copy with the same design. Oh, this guy's pushing back. Yeah, I did, because I was still thinking that her design was the only thing she copied. But that voice and those lies she's saying now, I just can't take it anymore. Whoa. Damn. That's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people that were supporting her before... Now, it's crazy. It's interesting to see. I feel like, yo, people are so quick to change their opinion on somebody. I mean, it's fine to change your opinion on something, for sure. But the 180 in terms of level of emotion, like, I just can't take it anymore. Yo, is chill. It's the internet. And I think the emotional response here is a little strong. Next part of the story. Oh wait, Megalodon. Super chat. Megalodon were a shark. Gora is a shark. Lola claims to be a dolphin. Orcas are members of the dolphin family. It can mess with your head. Similar sea mammal, yeah. I mean, the fin, I guess the tail, you don't really have a way to make it different. I don't like these designs where the tail is down, because most of the VTuber model that you're gonna see on screen is actually gonna be from the bust up. So I think having a visible tail is important. There's other ways she could make her design different. Every VTubers has this one thing, the off shoulder. That's an important part. Everybody has that off shoulder, whether it's an off shoulder coat or whatever. Everybody has a bustier and a large neck piece or a choker. But there's different ways you can play with those items, and you can kind of make them your own. The most important thing, I think, is to have like a lot of different designs and a lot of different ideas, and people are coming up with really good redesigns and really good like twist on a concept that she already has that are interesting. But now this causes a new problem, because now people are pissed. All these small VTubers that never got fan art, and then they're barely hitting, like, I don't know, 30 viewers maybe. They're not happy that Smol Lola is gaining free redesigns after controversies, and she's getting throne gifts too. Yeah, and I even saw somebody buy her some monsters. Not the monsters. And apparently she also, like, people claim that she also funded her 2.0 redesign because people were criticizing her for looking too much like Shylily, and that redesign itself ended up looking even more like Shylily. So yeah, people are mad because she's getting rewarded for plagiarism. She's also thinking of changing her username, and I think she did already. Lola Finn? Was she always Lola Finn? This other person did a silhouette. I like this take on her model. This is great. This is great. I wanted to approach Ariguma's advice regarding silhouette. This is by no means me hating or thinking it is better. This is me wanting to challenge myself with making a design with more popular feature in my style. This reindeer is so great too. Like, this is a great model. I think I'll be privating my account for a while. This is just getting a little too much. I'm getting a new outfit that'll be more unique. If you don't like me, that's okay. I just ask you to leave me alone. I'm not faking my voice. I'm not farming pity follows. I'm not a copycat. I'm not a copycat. I wanted to take some inspiration. I'm not the horrible person you're all making me out to be. I just want to have this fun hobby. Again, if you don't like me, that's okay. Just don't hate on me. It does hurt. She changed her display name to Lola instead of Smol Lola? Okay. Damn. I love the hair blend into the tail. The silhouette's great. And then, after all that, my girl, Aira, did an interview with Smol Lola. And that interview, Aira did she had some pretty hard hitting questions. I will say that. I was there. The chat was crazy. It was pretty hectic. It was hard to control. It was a chat that was hard to control. People were fighting and stuff. I would definitely, it's happened to me like once or twice that I've lost control of the chat, and I'll tell you right now, it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel good. That's why in the streams where there's a lot of viewers, because it's like a current event where it's breaking news, from now on, I'm just gonna put the chat on super chat only. I'm just gonna read the super chats. Like, there's just no point because there are a lot of people that are there just to cause trouble. But I think Aira handled it pretty well. She didn't softball the questions at all. I was there. But for some reason, guys, the people on the internet, they were mad at Aira. Some of them even said that she wasn't tough enough on Smol Lola. I'm like, what? What? How? I have mods, but you know, 2 mods, they cycle through the time zones, and like 2 mods for like 2k people is still not a lot. And at the same time, it's not just about that. It's that, when do you ban somebody? When do you ban somebody? This is a chat. I've always said that we value free speech. We have to let in criticism. We have to let in feedback, and we have to let people say stuff sometimes, even if I disagree with them. Now, if somebody is obnoxious or somebody starts spamming, we can ban them. And perhaps once I get bigger, I can use even the ban hammer even more, you know, liberally. But right now, it's, you know, it's not necessarily because somebody says something that I disagree with in chat that I'll ban them. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's not enough room in the basement for more mods right now. We're kind of rationing them on food. You can be pro free speech and have chat rules. Yes, exactly. I have chat rules. Like, if I have a guest over, I don't want my guest to have to read insults directed towards them or a lot of negative stuff, because it makes them uncomfortable, and when people start getting uncomfortable, then they stop talking, like they clam up or they get defensive. And that's the opposite of what you want to do with an interview. And I think a lot of people view interviews from the viewer's perspective, and they don't view it long term in the way that content creators have to juggle many different things. And I'm gonna expand on that. God, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so the first reason why people were mad about the Aira interview is because they said that this is just one of many, okay? It's not even the main comment. Giving a platform to people who get caught doing backhand things makes you complicit to their rage baiting just for views. You're only helping that person grow and gain more sympathy points from an incredibly impressionable and easily manipulated community. Oh my god. You guys are so easily manipulated. This person's basically calling you guys stupid. You have no free will of your own. My Riz is so advanced that I'm basically mind controlling you guys, and you do everything that I tell you about, right? There's no one disagreeing with me in the chat right now. Absolutely no one. Yes, content creators have a lot of influence on their audience. That's why we get sponsors, okay? But at the same time, there's a degree of audience responsibility there. They're not completely stupid. They're not completely influenceable. Especially not with my kind of audience, where I trained you guys to think for your own and to be rational about stuff, and like, you're all debate bros anyway. It's fucking annoying sometimes. It's annoying sometimes, but it's what I wanted, so I gotta stick with it, you know? It doesn't always work out for me. Second thing, having somebody over, I don't like the implications of platforming somebody means that you agree with them. Platforming somebody doesn't mean that you agree with all of them. Like, at one point, I want to have an interview with a Niji sister. I want to have an interview with somebody that's on the complete opposite spectrum of me. And I want to try to convince them of my point of view. That doesn't mean that I agree with them. It's ridiculous. This is wild. I think Lola TB just got what she wanted, and she soon can hit her 10k on Twitter just from taking someone's personality. Platforming hate and misinformation is a bad idea, but apart from that, everyone should go for it. I disagree with that. What do you mean platform? you're using the word platforming again, like it's something that you agree with. I just disagree with that. I was there in Ilara's chat. People were really toxic in there for no reason. It was really out of character for a chat to BH. It was, yeah, I was there too. I saw all that. I was like, oh my god, I hope she's gonna be okay. This interview felt more like giving Lola a platform than addressing anything. Like, okay, going back to the comment that I read, it's just like, I could platform somebody that is very... I could have an interview, bring them over, somebody that is very hateful, and just make fun of him the whole time. I would still disagree with what they have to say. Or just, I could interview them. There's a lot of people that the way they interview people is very soft. Like Ethan from H3H3. I think he's great at interviews because he's very soft in the way that he speaks. And he approaches questions like, well, wouldn't you say that? Well, you said this the other time, so what do you mean? What do you say about this? But his questions, they're smart and they're clever and they bring the person to admit things that they didn't want to admit. So he's not agreeing with them. When he's debating Pearl, for example, he's not agreeing with Pearl. I will say it does depend on the grift of the person you're interviewing. If the person's entire grift is to get attention, then interviewing them would be giving them what they wanted. Yeah, but you'd be getting something else in return. I don't know. I mean... Hold up. I don't totally disagree with this, actually. I can think of a few characters that I'm not gonna name that are insanely hateful and clearly doing it for attention. Mostly people that are now on Rumble. No, sorry. Is it Rumble or Kick? That are on Kick. Those Kick streamers that got banned off. A lot of them just are edgy. Not just edgy, they're more than edgy for attention. So it is a little bit annoying. I don't know if this applies to this case, though. There is definitely something to be said for educated and respectful discourse, but sometimes educated discourse is used to mask, giving disingenuous people a platform to spread hate. The thing is, if it's handled properly, if the person that's on the main platform, I hope I'm being clear here. If the person that's on the main platform, I'm gonna give the example of Ethan again, handles it properly, then the spreading hate part shouldn't happen. Because they're just gonna lack credibility. And at the end of the day, only the audience, like the core audience of that person, is gonna believe that the interview or whatever went well. Because they always do for some reason. Did Lola, quote-unquote, get what she wants? She is talking about quitting VTubing. How is that what she wants? I know, that's the other thing. Okay, the other thing that I want to discuss is... I don't know if people are saying that she's stirring this drama on purpose. She's rage baiting on purpose. There is some part of it that is deliberate. Probably when she saw that she got, you know... Like I said earlier, a lot of VTweeters do this. Engagement posting, the pity follows, etc. She saw that it worked. She probably did it again, which she didn't count for. And I think that's something that Armchair Expert also spoke about in his videos. Drama, once it's out there, you never know how it's gonna pan out. It's gonna take a mind of its own. It's literally, it's a spirit. It's gonna keep getting, it could die out in one day, or it could just grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and it could turn against you like that. So I definitely don't advise it to any up-and-coming creators. You're playing with fire and you might get burnt. If people could stop pretending grift means anything besides scamming people out of money, that'd be great. Yes, out of the most overused word Griff's gotta be one of them. Some people do believe drama can catapult you to recognition. Yeah, I guess they do, huh? I just don't know if a lot of people would be willing to go that far. A lot of us actually care what people think about us. Like, I care to a certain degree about what people say about me, so it definitely wouldn't sit right with me to create drama. And I have a feeling, now I don't know her, and I'm not in her head, I have a feeling that she does care what people think. I think the first 2 times, maybe it worked out for her. And now this time, people had enough, and now she's feeling the backlash of it, and now she doesn't like it anymore, obviously. I think people think of platforming as adding fuel to the fire, when the fire is more about people debating each other over uncertain facts. Openly airing out everyone's side burns out the flames. I actually like that. I agree with this, super. Yeah, thank you. The problem I find with deplatforming is that it causes a diverging economy. It doesn't get rid of the person, but rather causes them to go to another platform. Usually this leads to more extreme. Yeah. Except the people on Kick. Fuck them. But yeah, I mean, I guess this was a huge discussion when Trump got banned off Twitter. This was a huge discussion when Tate got banned off Twitter. And Elon brought them back. I'm just so sad that many people don't take her mental health in consideration when dogpiling. Their argument is that for some people... Oh no, my dog is barking. For some people, they see plagiarism and all of these issues as equating her to being a bad person or bad people, so they don't care. Now, I think even bad people, we should care about their mental health because we don't want to drive anybody to their limit. This interview felt more like giving Lola a platform than addressing anything. There was a whole dance party intermission as soon as she said, I got a lot of inspiration from Shylily. Bro, the dance thing was because... That was because the chat was going insane. Insane. And the thing is, Aira made the mistake of reading or answering chat. And you should just ignore them when they're being like schizo. Honestly, it's what I learned from my own experience. So, to calm things down, they had a dance party. What do you want? Like, what do you want? So, I have a feeling the more I am a content creator, people will never be happy with what you do. They will never be happy. All they do is whine and not produce anything. While mods deleted a lot of the chat's comment. I was there, I didn't see mod delete a single chat comment. Literally, I didn't see one. And even if they did, it was probably some unhinged comment. It doesn't have its place in the Twitch chat room. It doesn't. Platforming, no matter the person, whether disingenuous or not, is not inherently wrong. You need to let the interviewer cook before deciding if it was harmful or not. Well said, Devlin. See, guys? See, my audience has actually high IQ. Actually. Aira then made a statement saying, I would like to state here, so it is not miscommunicated or misconstrued. I did not find her defense to be adequate to acquit her of accusations. However, harassment is never okay. Aira did well to respond, I think, to make a statement. Although it doesn't really matter because people just believe what they want to believe anyway. They're making up fan fictions. They're connecting dots that aren't there, bro. They're shadow boxing. They're fighting demons. So why are people so upset of the Smol Lola controversy? I wondered, because I'd see this drama and I'd be like, whatever, I just move on with my day, right? Most of you would probably feel that way too. There's some kind of morbid curiosity that we all share here. You know, we're like a little bit of drama llamas, you know, we like listening, we like hearing the stories. But at the end of the day, do we care that much? No, probably not. Why do they care that much then? Well, here's the reason right here. And I didn't censor the name, I thought about it, but you know what? If you put your... You know what? You put your opinion out there on a public platform, now own up to it. This makes me sad because I personally enjoy Zylara's content, but allowing this scam of a person to promote herself and gain even more clout for her blatant cheap rage bait, it sucks a lot. She should have done more research before going in there blind. Did you even watch the interview? Did you even watch the interview? What do you mean? She should have done more research. There was not... Like I said, she asked all of the hard-hitting questions. There was even one time where she said... There was even one time where she was like, now Lola, you don't have to answer this if you're uncomfortable, but okay, first of all, you say that to somebody, they kind of have to answer it. There's no way they can say no, okay? There's just no way they can say no, it just looks bad. She was like, so, do you have screenshots of the harassment? And Smol Lola was like, no, I don't have screenshots of the harassment. I just block them and report them and move on. Okay. There you go. That's your answer. She doesn't have them. What question did you want her to ask that wasn't asked? Tell me. And can you do better? Probably not. You would probably screw up even more. So shut the fuck up. I hate people that complain and that don't do anything all the time. It's pathetic. Okay? It's pathetic. Then we get to the real reason why people are upset in the next comment. Honestly, it's just sad. I work hard. I know my friends work hard. We all are genuine and stay true to ourselves, but this cheap impersonation can grow overnight and hit 10k while we gain maybe a follower a day if we're lucky. Like, come on. This is just the icing on the cake. So there we are. They're mad because they're not getting traction. They're not getting the viewers that they deserve or the subscribers that they deserve or they believe they deserve. Well, this other person that's going through these lowly ways of doing content, they're getting much more attention than I am. I have to agree here. Nowadays, it just feels like being genuine is frowned upon, lol. But that's fine. Let's stay positive and be ourselves. The more we look at numbers, the more depressing it gets. So just take one step at a time and stay true to ourselves. Envy is different than jealousy. Because envy, in the definition of envy, it's when you are envious of somebody is when they have something that you don't. Now, Smol Lola didn't get her 10k Twitter followers in a way that is fair. She didn't go the traditional route. She probably shouldn't have done that. And you know what? It's gonna bite her in the ass when time comes. Everything that you reap, everything that you sow, you'll end up reaping one day. That being said, it's extremely toxic for yourself as well to compare yourself and to sorry, I'm reading Gemini's comment. She didn't get it for free though. The price was pretty steep. Yeah. it's people think that being wholesome is the only kind of reason why people want to watch you, and they don't really understand what people actually want to watch in terms of content. There's some really hateful creators out there. Again, I'm gonna use the like Kick example, and they're huge. These guys are huge. Like, okay, they're falling off now, like Aiden Ross, for example, but they got a lot of really crazy supporters. They're making millions still. I've had people also do a similar comparison to me. I would never stoop that low to cover drama like this. I would never do this. But then don't turn around if your numbers are lower. Like, I don't know what to tell them. Just suck it up. I don't view what I do as something negative or inherently bad. I love what I do. The reason why I cover controversies, because that's the kind of content that I also enjoy consuming. It's plain and simple. People are like, I would never do this for any kind of money and blah, blah. It's not about money. It's not about the money. I just like it. Red flag, they care about Twitter followers when it's already been proven Twitter has less than 2% crossover on your real content. Absolutely true. Yeah, Johnny Somali is such a good example. Being socially acceptable is not necessarily what the viewers want to see. Look at XQC, look at Tyler 1. People just love, honestly, I love watching Tyler 1. I think he's hilarious. I miss him. He's toxic. He's toxic. So here, I think it's more of a discussion on, you know, yes, you can do wholesome content and all of that, but there's like a million other people doing wholesome content. You gotta make sure that's what you want to do, and if you're gonna go that route, unless you're extremely original, if you're extremely entertaining, it's gonna take time to grow, and that's just the way it is. Comparing yourself isn't gonna help. It's toxic to yourself too. T1 is toxic but not hateful. True. It's only in game that he's toxic, I think. Some people want a toxic. Yeah, dude, I see channels with millions of followers, and I'm not like, ooh, I should do that. I can't believe, you know, they're rage baiting and it's getting them all of this followers. No, because I'm like, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's not me. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I'd rather just do my own thing. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just a skill issue. That's what I'm gonna wrap it up at. You know what? This whole thing can be can be just summarized skill issue. That's it. Moving on. Then it devolved into the whole journalism thing. How people are just like watching TMZ for VTubers. We would like to see some more objective news. I mean, there is objective news. There's false ID and all of that. Again, I don't really understand this obsession with unbiased news. There's people... Dude, every journalist is fucking biased. They're biased in a way. I don't get it. You're inherently biased as a human being. The difference is some people recognize their biases, and then they kind of, when they're doing an analysis of something, then they get to they don't put their biases forward. They're conscious of it. For the people that are judging the concept, from what I see of the VTuber community, people are 100% alright with joining into witch hunts and jump into mob mentality pretty quickly whenever something sus goes down. So it would be nice to see someone report on these things that are impartial, unbiased, and not just doing it to farm viewers. No, I should just demonetize all my streams. I mean, why even accept sponsorships at that point? You are not reporting on news properly unless you do it for free, motherfuckers. I shouldn't even be accepting your super chats. Yeah. Bro. What do people not understand that it's like it costs money to run a channel? Hello? Counter. News plus reporter bias is not journalism. It is opinion blogging. What people mean is they want the news not spun with bias. Just the facts. I disagree with that. There's a lot of political people. Sorry. There's a lot of news reporters that there's different genre in journalism, and there's a lot of political reporters, and I've spoken about this on the Nuzagi podcast, one of our first podcasts. They're called pundit, political pundit, and these guys are just an expert in their field, whether it be the right, the left, or whatever topic they're talking about. So these guys already have a bias, and people, they bring them on shows and they bring them to speak. There, some of the most successful reporters are biased. And the whole entertainment part, well, shit. It's YouTube. You guys have a shit attention span. What do you want me to do? Yeah, we can. Yeah, the next 10 CS are free, by the way, guys. Go fast. Pundit. Yes, thank you. You can't really be unbiased, but you can be fair. Exactly. That's very true. At the end of the day, this is all about Alara's interview. And here's a good similarity that I think will explain my point. I think what is important to think about is the relationship between journalists and the White House. I'm going to use this example. Now, journalists that are on different political spectrum, they want to be able to have a PR pass or journalist pass to attend the White House events so they can report on these news. Now, this is a delicate relationship because, one, you want to be able to report to your readers what your readers want to hear, right? They're your audience. So this is your number one client. But two, you cannot piss off the White House because if you piss them off, you're just going to be barred out of it. And there goes your source. And I think what people fail to understand is that it's kind of like the same in the VTubing community. If Aira went even harder on her guest, she wouldn't be getting more guests in the future. Same with us. If we go too hard, it's a delicate balance that you gotta strike. There's different facts and different voices that are pressured, and a content that are applying pressure, and a content creator's job is to balance all of that and to cater to your audience, give them the news that they want to hear, but also makes it so that people trust you enough to go to you with their sources, to go to you with their exclusive news. True, same things happen with movie and game reviewers. Oh, that's great. I feel like I'm struggling to find words this stream, so I'm sorry if I'm a little all over the place. Can't marry everyone, but you wanted a harem though. A stable of men, women, if you will. V-stable is gonna happen. One day. One day. So it's a fine line, and, you know, from a viewer's perspective, you don't always see all of that. People just want everything to be laid out there. They want... Doesn't that lead to an access media conundrum? What is that conundrum? So it's about trust. Like, you know, there's this dude... Crap, I can't remember his name. Is it Bill Mayer? Bill Mayer hates Trump. He hates him. He shat on Trump so much during the election run. And yet, all of the Trump party, like the people that are in Trump's party, they go to him for interviews. Why? Because he's the best. But he had to work himself up there. Okay. Look, every time I hear any VTube drama, it's either Niji, Indies, or fan. It's like hearing a TMZ show. Niji is like everyday USA news politic or some shit. Yeah, kind of. If you report too accurately to the detriment, then you'll lose access. But if you prioritize access over accuracy, you might lose your reach. Exactly. It's about keeping a good reputation, I suppose. It's about it's a tough balance to maintain, and maybe sometimes we'll fuck up as we try to learn, but I think we've done pretty good so far. If all you do is please your source, you won't be inclined to treat their information honestly for fear of not getting access next time. Yeah, that's why it's a balance of both. It's a balancing game. So I think, well, first of all, Shylily responded to the whole drama, okay? So let's just go over that. Let's bring this discussion back to the topic at hand, because I went on a little tangent there. People are waiting for me to say the wrong thing. I stay out of drama for more reasons than just I have better things to do with myself. Other reasons include that at some point you can never say the right thing. What am I expected to address? But since people won't leave me alone about it, and even bother my management and message in Twitch chat, I guess I'm sadly forced to say at least something. If I speak up against something and reveal that I am uncomfortable with it, I am just a hater, big bad wolf. If I state that I'm fine with it, I disrespect the artists who are working hard to practice and hone their skills over years and years. And many more years. Their love, passion, technical skills, and everything else they put into their work, I'll be responsible for setting a new standard that encourages stealing, copying, and plagiarizing as okay to do. I'm not the damn law. I'm sad that people have to drag my name into drama and forcing me to say something. The amount of notifications I've been getting is insane to me. Furthermore, we don't condone harassment. Never did, never will. The people who do are not Shylily fans. Stop treating this as if I or my community is anyhow involved. They're drama frogs, let that be clear. All this effort to stay out of it just for people to put words in my mouth and slander my community. You do not speak for me. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that it's like, oh, it's Shylily's unicorns. I also don't think it was actually part of Shylily's like main audience. Maybe it's like a further audience, you know, as somebody's watched a clip and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a Shylily fan. Shylily's response is unironically perfect for the context. Medium of, what do you mean? Expand. I mean, it is true that as a content creator, your response, especially when it's a controversial topic, there's always going to be some people that disagree with you. Okay, I have a great fan base that I absolutely love, and people who are familiar with me know that my fan base is drama free. Anyway, have a nice day. I'm back to spending copious amount of money on anime waifus, PNGs, and game. And Mujin, I like Mujin tweets, so I put it there. This whole VTuber silhouette topic could have been a cool way to teach others about an important basic principle of art, but instead you have a bunch of smaller VTubers gang up on one design, claim they're doing it for Shylily, and now she's forced to respond. Based Mujin. Yeah, I wouldn't have blamed her if she didn't respond at all. I don't think she had to respond, but her response was good. She also addressed it on stream, briefly.
By the text, not a book page, but...
She calls out how Twitter insensitized, turning smaller disagreement into a massive public spectacle. Oh, that's such a good way of saying it. You speak so well. And Shy is refusing to feed into that by calling it out. And she's got experience. Lily is saying, fuck off, I get that. People are just dumb enough on Twitter. Yeah, they are. They are. It is complicated, Aquaric. It's very complicated. Shylily's response was neutral. She didn't give her opinion about the drama except to explain why she doesn't want to be any part of it. Yeah, but the thing is, even remaining neutral can be detrimental for you, because even when somebody remains neutral on certain topics, some people get mad. One of the most extreme example of this, but I think where it was sort of justified, is when some people refused to pick a side on the Nijisanji drama. So would you guys say that it's the same thing there? Because what Nijisanji did was so egregious that when people refused to condone them or to take a side there, people got upset with that. They were upset with the quote-unquote fence-sitters. Now, I don't think the situation is one-to-one the same with Shylily. Like I said, it's a more extreme side. I'm just think it's an interesting conversation to have, or an interesting... Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, people will get mad whatever your position is. I've had people get mad at me because I didn't condone somebody hard enough. I don't remember which stream it was. Fence sitting is the best seat in the house? I don't know, it sounds a little uncomfortable on that fence. I finished reading Shylily's response. That was the whole thing.
Like, it's 2 small paragraphs. What's
Condemn, yeah,
it's
sorry.
not
Did
in
I
your
say
group, then it's
condone?
completely fine.
Condemn.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
sorry,
it.
sorry.
I know it's always... I know it's tempting to know what's going on, but if you don't know, it's plenty fine. Don't worry about it. The people who know. The people who don't, it's better that way, trust me. It's dumb anyways. It's stupid. It's just... drama farming. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's best to stay ignorant. Don't feed the rage bait. The thing is, I don't want to. But it's been going on for months, and I feel like part of that is
Flora's
because
my
I've never
auntie.
talked about it and just kept ignoring it.
Even if you're neutral, there are people out there pretend to be mad about it and feel the drama to get content. Yeah. Anything a party does can be twisted into meaning something else. Silent doesn't inherently mean you agree or condone anything. Yeah, I think this is it. I think you touched the point there. Your you know what's the silence? Your sorry, the quote, your silence is violence. Your silence says it all. I do think sorry, I'm catching up on chat. Similar, but scale is pretty different, as well as the stakes. People shouldn't necessarily need to wait on the Niji thing, but Niji... Oh, I lost the chat. Fuck. But Niji's involved health and well-being, scams and shit. Whereas as this doesn't really affect anyone, it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, I agree. No, I do think Shylily's response was pretty on point. Extreme individuals will always attack the more center take no matter what's the issue, because they want agreement to whatever point they have. Yeah, it's probably more like, yeah, but she should have said that instead, or she should have sided with me. Yeah, I agree with you, Alro. I agree with you. All of it. The silence is deafening. That's the sentence. That's the sentence. Your silence is deafening, Rima. Rima, why did you speak up against that? Against this injustice? The main issue with silence is that people will tend to designate representatives for your opinions, and the larger you are, the more this can potentially affect you. I read something about that recently. I was curious about the work of Machiavelli because I was like reading about the Borgias and stuff, and apparently, a long story short, they inspired that novel. And in that novel, he says that you should always pick a side. Because when you don't pick a side, both parties end up being mad at you. I'm going on a full-on tangent. This has nothing to do with Shylily there, because Shylily is directly involved in this, so it's completely different. But I found that amusing that he says that. Basically, he says that you should pick a side, because at the end, if the winner, once the conflict is over, the winner of the conflict will be stronger, and the loser of the conflict will also be mad at you because you didn't take their side, and the winner will also be mad at you because you didn't send them aid, so you're fucked.
And people keep putting words in my mouth when I've never had an opinion.
Happy birthday, Chief Spartan.
For a reason, you know. I've better shit to do. 2 p.m. So yeah, I have a response, but like I said, addressing it on Twitch is one thing, but like people outside Twitter won't know anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have something.
It's so much better to address stuff with a microphone than on Twitter. On Twitter, people dissect and twist words, whereas when you're doing it on Twitch, you're doing it with a mic. There's your tone and your intonation that goes into it. It's just so much better.
Twitter, I don't know. Let me read through.
True,
let me
true,
let it sit
Aligraza.
for a second before decide on something.
Is that in a month people won't care about the Lily clone situation? Bro, in 2 days they won't care. Tomorrow they won't care. Guaranteed. Mention about Niji, I'm side against them. Only it's their tactic. Also grew tired of the drama. For real, I'm okay with their livers, but once like they talk about it, straight 180, aka terminate. Yeah, you mean the black screen? The black screen was rough.
But everything I wanna say in it, but it's
okay.
What do? I don't know. I'm looking at it. It's got everything I wanna say in it, but it's more like fuck. I'm doing exactly like what's expected. Like that's the whole goal of this. Get me to talk about it. But the issue is I fucking hate drama. It's so fucking like grow the fuck up. How old are you? Fucking 12. But like it's making its way back to me over and over and over and over for fucking months. And I thought that staying out of it would like it would make a big enough statement, but no. Because it gets clicks and clicks and clicks and engagement and clicks and engagement. It just works. So like, you know what? Maybe every once in a while, if you want shit to stop, you just have to put your foot down. Maybe? I don't know. I don't fucking know. My life has worked pleasantly fine just staying out of this kindergarten shit so far. But this has been going on for fucking months, and now it's escalated.
Yeah, she's never gotten involved into any drama.
It's a one-time thing.
For months, yes.
Time.
She said it at the beginning. I might have skipped that. I'm sorry if I did. She said that it actually happened for months. It keeps going back. And it's always from the same source, she said. So clearly it's always from the same person.
By now. Same source always.
Oh, sorry, it's there.
Social media manager. I mean, I have it more or less. Oscar reminds me if like there's something going on. He's like, by the way, this person has a birthday post, you should reply. I'm like, oh yeah.
I was like, huh, what is that? I opened Twitter and put your
that's
name
cool.
And reached a
I wish somebody
conclusion.
reminded me of
Mom,
birthdays.
You have a lot of hentai. At this point we need a reference sheet of your aquatic schlong. Maybe a Twitter thread so
Your
it can
aquatic
handle
schlong?
the size of it.
Yeah.
Was there any issue when Buff Puff's new model was similar to Cinder's? I don't know this person. I'd have to look into it. Thank you.
So yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm staring at this fucking... Fuck off.
Because she snorts too! Oh my god! Twinsies!
The thing is, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, chat. Like, my life has been working perfectly fine for the past 5,003 years, just ignoring this child garbage. But at some point, I too have enough if for months on end, maybe not every day, it has died down at some point significantly. I was happy. But now it's blown up again. Well, and it's actually blown up.
Yeah.
So, and before more people put words in my mouth, I was like, man, I kind of do want to say something because, well, I've ignored it for months. And it didn't stop. Got worse, if anything. So it's like, you know what? Maybe at some point staying out of it isn't always like as much as that.
Yeah, what do you do?
Preach. Maybe sometimes you just have to put your foot down and make people aware that, you know, shut it down, put an end to it. I don't know.
Happy 2 months! Thank you so much!
I'm still thinking, because I fucking hate that shit. It's so fucking annoying. I just don't want to be involved. Just leave me be.
Yeah, drama's only fun when you're not involved in it.
Be with my sexy anime men and waifus. All I want my mind to be occupied with.
But again, if I wasn't making money, like if it wasn't my content, I wouldn't get myself involved into drama. That's why I don't understand these VTweeters. It's not their content, their Twitter's not even monetized properly, so I don't get it. I don't see any perks or any positive. When you do something, it's gotta be focused. It's gotta be for a reason, with a goal in mind.
What the fuck Jin Yang's last name is? Yeah, it's dangerous territory. I fucking hate it. This will be my first ever step into like stupid ass rage bait.
It actually is.
But just not
That's our first time
going away. And I don't know if waiting longer is helping it or if I just
Alro, welcome to the Cute Squad.
Just have to put my foot down and starting tomorrow, everything will be gone. His last name is husband. Yeah, I think lots of bigger people also started speaking out about it, which is, yeah, it seems... I don't want everyone else to be my shield the whole time. I feel like I have to set a good example. I read through my text again, and I think I'm setting a good example of how to handle things while staying neutral but getting involved, I think.
She did.
I think I'm gonna post it. Feel free to correct me. There are a couple lines that I think are pretty harsh, but what can I say? That it bothers me. But
she's so sweet.
Like, yeah, it is harsh. Like, the way people slander my community. Like, fuck, leave me the fuck alone in my community. Oh, Shylily fans are so... Shut the fuck up. One of those people... Every single person we banned today or timed out or removed a message from were first-time fucking chatters. Stop slandering my fucking community. You know, like, you know, then I get angry because it's my community, man. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, she's a professional. She's been doing it for a long time. She's been in the spotlight for a long time.
Like, it's... Stop putting words in my mouth and my community. I worked many years towards a community that isn't a fucking rage bait drama slurper. That I have a fucking drama IV drip connected to them being oh, can't wait to engage in more rage bait. You know, just for people to slander my community, like, stop. As a first-time chatter, I apologize on our behavior.
Snorted again.
Obviously, it's not that first-time chatters are bad. I just tried to highlight the fact that my community is not like that. And like I said, I have proof. I literally pulled out a heinous fucking slander, like low-key illegal slander of a person that slanders me.
I like the part where she said a lot of large people spoke up against this, and so I feel like I have to also say something because I don't want my friends to be my shield or other people to be my shield. It's funny because I knew they didn't speak to her before sending out those tweets. I fucking knew it. I had a feeling. And there's a lot of large creators that waited in on the topic, and people are like, well, it's Shylily's you know, VTuber friend or like artist friend, and it's like, yeah, but is it necessary still? The thing is, what people call friend online is such a vague term. Like, okay, your mutuals on Twitter, maybe you talk a few times, but did they talk about this together before tweeting? I don't think so. Just don't put things in other people's mouth without consent, Volk. Get your mind out of the gutter. She's showing why gatekeeping is not a bad thing. What do you mean? Like gatekeeping your fan base?
On stream and everything, because I have fostered a community where I can do that. And to this day, days later, even though
it's not important for them to know what Lily thinks about the situation. The important thing for them is to get her to respond/react.
people have the source and everything, thousands of people are watching it. No one left a hate comment, you know? So it's like, just leave it be, man.
It's kind of annoying when people have to force your hand. I'm glad to be part of your community even though I just joined the Shrimpies.
TTS is funny.
And I love the streams.
Oh,
Keep
thank
doing
you,
what
Jeff.
you're doing.
Appreciate
Shy dink dong. One of the big things I like about you is that you're so reluctant.
If Rima
to
retweeted
stir
my
the
art, that
pot
means
if
we're
possible.
friends.
Yes.
We're enemies, like we're like, you always make fun of me, fuck
like,
you.
what the fuck is this cringe? And the whole comment section is like fucking 70 comments. Not a single person shitting on them. They just womp womp, womp womp, womp womp, womp womp. 70 fucking comments, just like womp womp. No one's shitting on them. Not one person. So one cares. Just get whomped.
Twitter has no reason till one person like, hey, shut the fuck up before I have a real reason to tell them. No wonder Pewds not throwing him under leaves deletes Twitter's long time ago. He left? Wait, PewDiePie left Twitter? Really? I disagree. I don't think they care about what Lily thinks. They just wanted to bandwagon for the virtue signal feels. Yeah, human psychology is complicated.
Some of this is too harsh. I don't fucking know. Some of this really is
womp womp.
Out of character. I don't know how to. I don't.
I mean, I said bow bow at some of the end of my videos. I'm a plagiarist.
It's formatting it weird. I hate it.
Anyway, after all that and Shylily state, I think it was mostly the Aira interview that made it, because there was an increase of backlash after. Honestly, should Smol Lola have done the interview? Probably not. It made her look worse. Nothing on Aira. I think Aira did great. Aira, but I think for Smol Lola, it made her look worse, which is why I don't understand the backlash that Aira received on Twitter because of the interview. Because everybody that watched the interview didn't come out of that feeling good about Smol Lola's arguments. So then she decided that she might graduate. I'm not 100% sure if I'm graduating or not, but I'm most likely going to take a bit of a break from Twitter. It's been hard seeing people I formerly looked up to mock me. That is stuff. That is stuff. Okay, it does hurt when you look up to somebody and they end up kind of throwing shade at you on social media. And ultimately, I don't know if I'm welcome in this community anymore. I hate to give up something I've been so excited for, especially when I was low-key hyper-fixated on it. But I feel like little to no motivation when it comes to streaming/posting anymore, and I'm starting to wonder if graduation for a long-term break would be good for me and my mental health. Ever since the whole ordeal started, my whole life has felt like it's crumbling around me, and I can't let myself get to such a dark place again when I've worked so hard to climb out of it. If I do decide to graduate, I'll make sure to let you all know. I don't know if this is graduation baiting too, Because apparently she's done it before, but I haven't found the proof. So I would take that with a grain of salt. So at the end of the day, they are graduating. Was it really worth it? Oh, we've already seen this. Alright. So that's all with the Lola, Smol Lola stuff. Now, I told you guys that Coefficient was doing a call-out post against artists. So let's see it. I'm gonna bring up something that might cause some controversy, but to be honest, I'm sick of holding it in. Being in this VTuber space for a while, there is one huge flaw that I have noticed, and I'm going to start openly talking about it. I love the artists in this community. They're incredible and hardworking and deserve the world. However, there are a shit ton of artists here that have amazing art but have extremely shitty communication and business etiquette. I hear about it constantly. I hesitate to commission art most of the time because there are artists, big artists, that completely ghost commissioners for months or even in some cases get close to a year without progress. It's extremely exploitative, and to bitch, I'm kind of fucking sick of it. I've heard stories and I've experienced this firsthand myself, or even through my fiance. Who's his fiance, by the way? Or even my friends, and every time I get visibly upset. Now, to clarify, there are artists that are extremely nice and very professional about their commission. And to those people, I salute you. And I understand that there may be some hiccups that can occur while they accept commission. But if that's the case, issue a refund and own up to it. I don't care who you are and how big or small your following is, own up to it. You shouldn't be taking commissions if you can't go through with it. That's why whenever I see people calling out artists that don't respond, don't update, and most importantly, don't take action when something goes wrong with their setup, life, etc., or they want a refund, I straight up nod my head because you should be called out for that behavior, because at that point it's a scam. Anyway, sorry for the long tweet, I had to get this off my chest, and don't be surprised if I have to get down in the trenches when it comes to these people. Have a nice day. Also, to clarify, on callouts, I'm always very charitable to artists. There better be receipts, giving them the benefit of the doubt and time, depending on the situation. Because there are times where customers are difficult and out of pocket with demands. I realize cloud chasing and online Karens exist, so there better be good reason for callouts to artists or TBH in general. Yeah, I agree. TBH in general. Oh, being past a due date is completely normal, especially with stream stuff. This is more in the vein of being late months and months with art in specific. And I'll be honest, this is less me and more so my fiance, who's been struggling with commission from certain artists who haven't turned in like a year, and she's had problems with other artists as well in the past. Wait, so his fiance is Faye? Who's Faye VT? Really? Interesting. As an artist myself, I've been scammed several times on comms. It sucks. I have one that's well over $100. Never got, but I was after PayPal dispute. Kept kicking Ken down the street. Yeah. Right now, my rigger, I paid him like half of the rig, and they haven't shown me anything yet. So I'm a little worried. But they said my model will be ready for the next month, so okay. I just wish they sent me a preview or something, because it makes me a little nervous. But they were recommended by my model mama, and my model mama was great, so I feel a little safer because of the recommendation. But yeah, it does make me a little anxious. She's on Gamer Subs Waifu Cup. Oh my god, she must be big. Okay. Gotta have ironclad contracts. I guess that's why when you become a big VTuber, like the big Western VTubers, they never hire foreign artists. I love working with foreign artists, but the contracts wouldn't be applicable if it's worldwide. I mean, I did commission you to help me with my animation, Aquaric, except I'm not paying you. You're free labor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, you guys should commission Aquaric. He's great. Or Maxine. So that's Twisty. There's been a huge Nijisanji rat that started this morning with Twisty because of... Oh my god. Shit. Wait, I just realized all my tabs crashed. All my tabs crashed when my computer crashed. Oh my god, dude. I'm so annoyed. I gotta find a VOD again, 1 sec.
So everybody in this company is evil and abusive. And yeah, I'm being harassed.
I love her model, by the way.
I'm being harassed. I'm being harassed. I don't know what to do. And basically, I'm very upset. Hi. Where do I live? What is there to live for? Oh my god.
So this clip went viral. They were like, what? You know, whenever there's a Nijisanji VOD that gets removed, people go dig in the VOD to see why it was removed, and then it got this. And then this looked really bad out of context. There was a context for this. And the context was that basically Aster is doing a League Niji Liver tier list. Aster selected Gwen to match with Twisty. Twisty doesn't want old looking Gwen, she wanted Zoe. They beef about it on stream. She leaves and continued a bit into her ASMR. It was a skit, basically. It was a skit. That's the context. But the ASMR got privated after. You think this? I don't think she'll always be known for this stupid 10 seconds she was using ironic humor. But you couldn't hear it? Okay, I'll replay it. It's very quiet. I'll put the browser audio to 100, okay?
So
I'll replay it.
everybody in this company is evil and abusive. And yeah, I'm being harassed. Basically. I'm being harassed. I'm being harassed. I don't know what to do. And
I don't think Gwen looks
basically,
old.
I'm very upset. Hi. Where do I live? What is there to live for? Oh my god.
So there you have it. So, I mean, humor is like a nuclear power. If you do it bad, it will contaminate everything for years. I mean, I don't think in context she did it badly. I think it looks worse when they privated a VOD and then people start looking into it. Company already looks bad. Twisty can't make it worse. Twisty, this is the brand new Nijisanji liver from the last wave. I feel like it sounded sarcastic. And when I first read it, I was like, it sounds like kind of fake. So I was wondering if she did a bit, and she did. No, she's joking. She's joking. That's the whole thing. Is we're debunking the rat here. She was joking. As tone deaf as it is, I think this is as much as a nothing burger as the Finana I want to KMS tweet. I think it's a nothing burger, of course. I'm just putting it out there so people don't run with this and believe that she was being serious. She wasn't. There's some legit valuable reasons to be upset at Nijisanji, but this isn't one of them. This isn't one of them.